Good afternoon.
Wait a minute, I'm speaking to a room of young kings. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to try this again. I need you to match my energy. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Okay, before I start, I always start my day and I make some declarations about my day because I have to place an expectation on my day in order to get out of it, right? So let me ask you, when you walked in, what was your expectation of this event today? Somebody raise your hand. What did you expect when you came in? Nobody had an expectation? Anybody have an expectation?
I had an expectation for people to speak today.
Okay, speak about what?
Life.
About life? So let me ask you a question. Is it smart to enter into any environment and not have an expectation, number one, of what you're planning to give and what you're planning to receive? No, it's not, right? So let's build some expectation. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the topic, I am a problem solver. From the beginning, what is your expectation of what I'm going to talk about? I am a problem solver. What are some things you're going to think that I'm going to talk about?
Life problems that you can.
Life problems such as what?
Say home problems at home, school.
Okay.
Hanging out with the wrong people, your friends.
Okay, maybe you should come speak. No, but this is what I'm going to talk about. Everybody repeat this after me. Say, I am.
I am.
I'm louder than everybody in the room. Say, I am.
I am.
A problem solver.
A problem solver.
I am.
I am.
An overcomer.
An overcomer.
I am.
I am.
More than a conqueror.
More than a conqueror.
I can.
I can.
Do all things.
Do all things.
Through Christ.
Through Christ.
Which strengthens me.
Which strengthens me.
All things are possible.
All things are possible.
For me.
For me.
Because I believe.
Because I believe.
Every limitation.
Every limitation.
Is broken.
Is broken.
Everything that would stagger.
Everything that
would hinder.
That would hinder.
That would break.
That would break.
My focus.
My focus.
Is moved.
Is moved.
You know why?
You know why?
Because I make a decision.
Because I make a decision.
To move it.
To move it.
So today I'm talking about how can you get your mindset right for school. Now the main question I have, and I'll pose it to this gentleman in the back, is what do you think about school? It is. Get you ready for life. In which way? You have school, you have life. What is school's purpose as it pertains to life? Everything. Let me try somebody else. What is school's purpose for life?
Education.
Education. Why is education important?
Because if you go out in the world stupid, anybody could teach you out of your money, or you won't be able to get a job.
Okay, so now I'm going to use you as an example, can I? Because being educated and being stupid are two different things. Because you can be very intelligent and not educated. Or you can be very educated and not intelligent. Have you ever heard somebody say, all book smarts know what? Street smarts or common sense. So now education has a purpose, and that's why I challenge you young men in the room. How many of y'all, be honest with me, how many of you all like school? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of a room of about 26. How many of you all don't like school, by show of hands? Be honest, we can be honest. The only way we grow is if we are honest. One, you hate school, you dislike school. Okay, so now the main question is, right here you say you hate school. Why do you hate school?
I don't hate it. It's just boring.
It's boring. But what is the purpose of school? This young man said purpose for school is to educate you and prepare you for life. But you said you hate school because school is what? Boring. Could you be bored enough to be prepared for life? I'm challenging you. My whole goal here is to challenge you to think. So you said it's boring. Why did somebody else say they dislike school? Yes.
I want to know why you don't like it.
Okay, hold on, Mom. We got this. We got this. So why don't you like school? And everything that happens in this room is for this purpose in this room and will not be carried over to a conversation in the car about why he doesn't like school. So we're going to be totally honest, because when we're honest with ourselves, that's when we can grow. So why don't you like school? It's boring? So can I ask a question to the gentleman who says that it's boring? I'm a grade whisperer. I am. Like, you can tell me how your grades are going, and I can tell you exactly where it is. So when I ask young men, how you grade? Oh, Mr. Ebron, it's straight. That means I had 2 D's, 1 C, and a B. The B is generally in gym or something where you can use physically. But if anything challenges your mind to think, you might enter the room thinking you already have the answers. Have you all, here you go, I'm going to show you. This is how most of you all enter the room. Young man, where's your books? I left it in my locker. Well, why did you come to class unprepared? Do I need it? Is that true or false? It's true. So when you negate the purpose of education, you miss out on what that preparation is for life. And you know what? You become bored in the moment, not because it's not interesting, but because you're unprepared. Woo, that's a challenge, right? And so if I'm unprepared, most likely I won't pay attention. And not only will I not pay attention, but my goal will be to distract others and make them think that me being ill-prepared was the right thing to do. And not only the right thing, but the cool thing. And so there are some young people at your same school that have taken, watch this, they may not like school either, but they understand the purpose. And so they do what they need to do. And when it comes senior year, he might be slapping you 5 and everything else, but it might read, Andre Ebron II, going to Yale University on full ride scholarship. And some of us may not even have plans for college. So the whole goal for today is to get your academic focus together. Everybody say this. Say, get your mind right.
Right.
So let me ask you something. Here we go. What do you think about most? Go ahead. You can tell me if it's young ladies, if it's making money, if it's your future. What is it that you think about most? Making money. Okay. So wherever your focus is, that's where your attention will be. Now, I studied the Word of God, and it says this: wherever a man's treasure is, there also is his heart. Now, why is that important? Because it also says, as a man thinketh in his what? Heart, so is he. So if your focus on your mind, which gets into your heart, is about finance, I can tell you one or two things. Number one, either you have a great entrepreneurial spirit, or you're trying to break a spirit of lack. Or both. So why are you so focused on money? Well, the Bible also says money answereth all things in the earth. So you're right about that. But how do you, now here's the plan. And this is where young men get frustrated. And this is where the streets become attractive. Because if you don't have an honest plan to make money, another option will present itself. And so your need can become so great that your integrity and your morals might take a what? Back seat. Right or wrong? You look like, that's mom right here? Yeah, and look like mom might, have a foot or two to play somewhere. But the main goal of what I'm telling you is, now that you desire to make money, you have to develop a plan to get there. You know where most of us miss it? Because we get frustrated in the process. I got a chance to speak here today, and it's not a privilege that you get to hear me, but that I actually get a chance to hear you. So you see why I'm not just going on, I'm provoking you to thought, because most times when people come and speak, they have a whole list of things. I have some great things before you. Like I got a poem, it's called Figure It Out For Yourself. And it says, figure it out for yourself, my lad. You're all the greatest of men have had. 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 eyes, and a brain to use if you'll be wise. With this equipment, they all begin. So start from the top and say I care. But I saved that because I'm more interested in what you're thinking, not in you just receiving information. So let me ask you. You said you like school. Why do you like school? You got to like it to be able to learn? Okay, and that works for you, right? You disagree with that. Why? Okay. Okay. And most times, now can we have an honest conversation? We were talking earlier, right? Let me ask you some of the parents in the room. When somebody is not willing to submit to your authority, generally they don't get the best from you, do they? They don't. So when you are in school, the teachers already have their degree, right? Teachers already have their degree?
Yes.
You aspire to get your degree?
Yes.
So it would behoove you to go in there and to do what? Learn, and before you can learn, you have to do what? Listen. The hardest thing for young men to do is to listen. I'm going to pick on my baby boy. He's sitting in the front. We were outside playing ball, and I know about it because he is me. And my daughter was out there. She was hitting the shots. I tell her, I said, get that elbow in, tuck it. And he's out there just putting it up. I said, Andre, you have to listen in order to make the shots. I said, tuck your elbow in, get ready, shoot the shot. He hit one. He's like, oh, okay. Have you ever done something successfully once and you figure, oh, I got it, I don't have to listen anymore? No, you never done that? Keep using those steps. But sometimes that's just the beginning. The one instruction gets you here. And you're successful in making that shot. But there's another instruction, right, to get you to be more proficient in what you're doing. Can I tell you something? I am in education. One thing that I dislike about how the educational system has shifted. Everybody knows you have to take the M-step this year, right? Right or wrong? Right. So the M-step is designed based upon Common Core principles that is there to challenge your critical thinking process. So what happens all of these years that we haven't been challenging their critical thinking process, and now we make you accountable for a test and say, your results is an indication toward your potential. That seems a little unjust, doesn't it? Seems a little unfair. But the one thing you have to know, moms, dads, aunts, uncles, is that you cannot wait for the school to prepare your child for their future. Now, can I take the gloves off? It is your responsibility. God has placed you as a steward. Your children will not